Hey guys, it's Lara. Week 57 weigh-in. Yeah, so how was my week this week? It was not great. My food was not the best. Not terrible, but not the best. Could have definitely been a lot better, and it's just so much of it for me is just the routine. That's all. Like, when I'm in my routine, the weekends are all that I really struggle with, because on the weekends I'm off of my typical routine. Like most people, Monday to Friday you're in your routine, and then Saturday, Sunday are a little bit off. But this last week, because my husband's done working now, and I haven't been working this week, it's been just so off. My routine has just been off. So my food has not been the best. But yeah. So one good thing from this week, though, I think it was on Saturday, last Saturday, I realized I got myself a Fitbit. And you know, they say that everybody should take at least 10,000 steps a day every single day. And so when I got my Fitbit, I was finding and realizing that on a typical day, I did good to get 3,000 or 4,000 steps. So that's not good. But I have had my Fitbit for just about 2 months now, and I didn't even, it's not like I did anything about it. Like, I was just, you know, I realized that I was only getting 4,000 steps a day. I didn't do anything about it. So last Saturday, I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure and get 10,000 steps a day every single day. Like, that's what I got my Fitbit for, and I'm going to use it for that. So this week, I'm second on my leaderboard or whatever on Fitbit. So I'm only behind one person on my Fitbit friends or whatever for steps this week. So that's really exciting. And I don't have a lot of friends on my Fitbit, though, so I think I'm, like, second out of, like, 8 people or something. But anyways, still really exciting. And I've got my 10,000 steps every single day. And I'm going to keep going and getting my 10,000 steps every single day. And you know what I've been having to do? In the evenings, for about 30 minutes, I've been walking and jogging in place or literally pacing around my house. Basically, there's this game that I play on my iPhone. It's on iPhone and it's on Facebook as well, called Song Pop. And it's basically, you listen, it plays a clip of a song and you have to guess the artist or song title. And I told myself, like, I cannot play this sitting down anymore. It's like, anytime I want to play Song Pop, I have to be up and moving. I have to be walking in place or pacing around the apartment or something like that. So that's what I've been doing, and it's like kind of fun. Actually, what I did a few nights to get those extra steps in is, so I'm getting so into Taylor Swift. I never listened to Taylor Swift before. Like, normally I'm into, like, rock. Like, I love Godsmack and I love Avenged Sevenfold, and I love, those are two of my favorite bands. But I also do like Lady Gaga, but, like, I'm not really into country music. But Jess is always talking about how awesome Taylor Swift is and her music and stuff like that, so I, like, download a couple of her albums, and I'm, like, loving her music. Like, I cannot get enough of it. So what I've done for the last few nights is will bring up her music videos on my MacBook, and I'll, like, kind of dance, you know, like, when you're dancing, you're kind of, like, stepping your feet in place or whatever while you're dancing. So I'll, like, do that and watch her music videos and stuff. It's fun, and I'm getting my steps in. So yeah, so I guess between, like, my food hasn't been great, but I think that making sure I'm getting my 10,000 steps a day in, and which is literally, it's like an extra 30 minutes at night of running, walking in place, and dancing. So it's like an extra 30 minutes of activity in my day that I don't normally get. So that and insanity obviously kind of balanced out my not so great diet. I weighed in this morning at 150.5, so That was down 0.5 from last week. So, yeah. I'll take it. This week, and my husband and I actually kind of challenged each other to just do really good this week and see how much we can lose by next Friday. So, that's going to be my thing this week. I'm going to just really get down to basics, focus on my food again, and it should be a little bit easier to be on track, at least come Monday, because I got a job, and I'm so excited about it. I applied to about 15 different places, and out of the 15 I applied to, there were 2 that I was like, those, I really want to hear back from those places, because there were 2 of them that I was like, I think that those would actually be really nice places to work. I think I would enjoy the job and the work and those sorts of things. And this was one of those 2 places. And I have to tell you about the other interview. I went to 2 interviews yesterday, but I'll tell you about that. Seriously, what a terrible, terrible joke. I get in, and it's like the accounting guy that's interviewing me. And we sit down, and the first thing he says is, he had a very strong French accent too, but I'm not very good with faking accents, so just imagine that I'm talking in a French accent. So the first thing he says is, I know that some people prefer behavioral questions, but I think they're stupid. I think it's just human resource mumbo jumbo. And he's like, I believe more in the technical stuff. And so I'm just like, right off the bat, I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, there's a reason, like, human resources study, you know, the most effective interviewing ways. And, like, so there's a reason they ask those kind of questions. Maybe you think it's stupid because you don't know what to look for in the answers, you know. But anyways, so then he looks at my resume, and it says that I used this certain system in my last job. And he goes, you know, so, and then anyways, I'm like, yeah, do you guys use that system here? Because, like, it's an ancient system, like, not very common. And he's like, yeah, we use whatever, like, it's DOS prompt based. It's, like, old school. And I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, that's great, blah, blah, blah. So he walks around his desk. He's like, I just want to bring it up, and I want you to look at it and make sure that this is the same system. So I walk around, it comes up, and it's the same system. Like, of course it is. Like, you know, there's only one system called that or whatever. So he's like, okay, so that looks, you know, familiar to you? I'm like, yep, that's the same thing. He's like, so you could sit down right now and you know exactly where to go in here? And I'm like, well, your menu's obviously different, because, like, the system runs different, you know, each company kind of sets it up for their own, how they want to use it. So the menus are different from company to company that uses it, right? It's like anything else. And so I'm like, well, it's different menu. Like, you guys have different menus and options and stuff in there. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he kind of tried to argue me, and it was like he was like challenging, like he thought I was lying about using that system. And it's like, why would I lie about using this freaking dinosaur age system? You know, like, okay. Anyways, and then he told me about 4 times in this interview that if we don't get along, then he would just get rid of me. Like, I'm like, you haven't even hired me yet, and you're already telling me that you're going to fire me. Are you serious? Like, no. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah. And then he told me too, I don't know career-wise where this position will get you. I just know what this position looks like today, but I don't know where this is going to get you in your career. Thanks, buddy. So it was entertaining, but yeah, I was like, that's terrible. So I'm going to call the human resources lady that set up the interview, and I'm just going to let her know, you know, maybe you should be sitting in on the interviews with him, because this is not, you know, like, he was new there himself. He'd only been there for a few months, so he doesn't even know the system as well as I do, because I worked on it for 3 years or whatever, and he'd only been there for a few months. Anyways, so big old life update. My weigh-in, 0.5 pound down. It wasn't a stellar week, and I really, really will improve that next week, especially because I start work on Monday. So working is going to, I was just saying to my husband, it's going to be so much easier to be on track at work because I'll pack my food and I'll just eat just what I bring. My biggest fear is the vending machine because that was my biggest problem at my last job. But it's not going to be a problem this time because I'm going to make sure that it's not an issue, right? So, yeah. So anyways, it's a really long update this week. Sorry, I'm like, it's not that late. It's like 8:20 after 8 on a Friday, and I'm in my house coat. But yeah, because my updates on Fridays are going to be, you know, I used to do them first thing in the morning, and now they're going to be later, obviously, because I have to work. So, but anyways, wish me luck. I will do my insanity video, I guess, on Sunday, and yeah, so wish me luck with my job, guys, and I will see you guys later. Okay.